It's a great privilege and pleasure to be here at Cypher today to represent Government of Karnataka and to, share the ideas of government and how to use AI to, enhance the service delivery for the citizens. So we all know AI is no more a futuristic, concept. It's a reality now, whether it is from agriculture to healthcare or transportation to education. AI is driving the economic growth. So government of Karnataka, we cannot neglect the adoption of technology to enhance the citizen service delivery part. So yeah, in this presentation, I'm going to discuss about why AI is important in public administration. Then we have established an AI cell in the Government of Karnataka. So what are the objectives and what we do in the AI cell? Then what are the pillars, what initiatives we have taken up and what are the challenges we are facing, and what steps Government of Karnataka has taken, and how, most importantly, the leaders, AI startups, how you can collaborate with Government of Karnataka. Yeah. I mean, I don't need to convince this audience why AI is required in public administration, right? Karnataka, I mean, any state government for that matter, we deliver highest number of services and we have so many beneficiaries. Government provide a lot of benefits, whether it can be starting from scholarship to pension, so many schemes, right? Like if you see in scholarship itself, Government of Karnataka disburse more than 5,000 crore scholarship per year. And if you see the pensions, we have variety of pensions, right? Now, presently, we have guarantee schemes. The more than 50,000 crores we are spending on these schemes, what is announced by the present government. So how AI can help? So one is enhanced decision making, right? See, those were the days citizens need to go to their panchayat or they need to go to their taluka panchayat or DC office to apply for schemes, right? Even till today also it is there. So what we are doing in Government of Karnataka now, why citizens has to come to the government to apply, or why they need to apply for the schemes? If they are eligible, government has the highest data, right? We have so much of data we collected from various sources. So why can't we identify the beneficiaries based on the database we have? And why can't we deliver that services on a entitlement basis, on a sumoto basis? That is the idea we are thinking. And in fact, we already delivered some few schemes. I would like to discuss on that. So decision making, identifying the beneficiaries is a major thing. So for that, definitely AI can help us. Then on the operational efficiency, most of the times, I'm sure you all agree, any government scheme announced, it will be wonderful, but the implementation is a real challenge, right? It may not reach the end beneficiary or the end user. How can we improve that efficiency from the government perspective? Then public services. See, whether it is a property registration or anything, I know how painful it is for the citizens to get the services from the government. How can we improve that? How can we, what I understand is, see, if you go to whether it's a transport services or any of the land-related registration, there are brokers, right? Why brokers play a major role? Why can't citizens directly deal with the government? Because probably the interface or the application process is very difficult. It may not be difficult for a tech-savvy people like us, but definitely for a rural people or a rural human, it may be very difficult. So why can't we improve on the citizen experience or the customer experience on the service delivery part? So these are the lines we are thinking, and definitely, transparency and accountability is something we would like to focus, and we have taken a step towards it. I would like to discuss those initiatives as well. Crisis management, we all know how during COVID time what all happened, how difficult it was, whether to identify a bed available in a hospital, whether it's an ICU or oxygen, a lot of challenges we all see. So how can we debate? Yeah, right. So now, I mean, if you know about the government, Karnataka is one of the pioneer state in adopting technology in the delivery of citizen services. So even though we started late on the AI part, but we are committed to it, how we can use AI to enhance the service delivery. And, the biggest advantage in our state is, see, Bhoomi is one of the database, I'm sure you know, it's about the revenue database. So we started implementing Bhoomi in 2001, like hardly computers were seen in the government offices. That time we started, implementing Bhoomi, and now we have a very good database of revenue land. And we have a crop survey database. You just tell any survey number, we can tell you what crop is grown there, who is the farmer, and how much, what type of crop is growing, and when it can be harvested. That kind of data is available for the entire state. So we have a lot of databases. How can we, make use of that data, and how can we increase the service delivery, or how can we increase the efficiency of the governance? That is what we are looking at it. So recently in the 23 Honorable CM budget para, it was announced that Karnataka government will establish an artificial intelligence and machine learning cell with the following pillars. So these are the three pillars we thought it is very important for us in the state. So I'm sure you might know about the India AI mission. They have identified 7 pillars. So we have identified 3 pillars in the state. One is advisory, because see, whenever a new technology comes, so most of the private players will approach one or the other government departments, and every department will say AI based this, AI based that, but whether it is really required, AI cannot do magic, right? One is we need to understand as a government whether AI is really required to solve this particular problem, correct? Then another thing is, government may have multiple departments. For example, 44 secretariats are there, more than 400 line departments are there. So most of the times we will not come to know what is happening in one department, what is happening in the other department. There can be a duplication of efforts, and ultimately government is one. We are not supposed to waste the public money. Like something is implemented in one department cannot be duplicated in other department. So we thought there should be one centralized AI cell where any department in government, if they have to implement AI, whether it's a AI, purely AI solution, or some part of that application requires AI, then they need to come to this AI cell. They need to take the approval. They need to understand. And not only a duplication of efforts, but also how can we ensure that the guardrails are met, right? That the responsible AI we are going to implement. Because we have the highest citizen data, we have, including the personal data, we have more than 6 crores data in the state. So we know what citizen, what are their kids doing, what is their income, how much land they own, what vehicle they have. So much of data is there. How to ensure that their, no personal information or personally identifiable information is misused in the government space. So in that way, we felt advisory is one of the important pillar at the government. So advisory is starting from problem identification, feasibility, till the audit, this advisory pillar will play. Then coming to the solution part, see, government, those are the days, we used to always purely outsource every development work to the private companies, but now things are changing. So now we have an in-house development team in the government of Karnataka where we developed AI-based solutions. I will also, discuss few of the concepts what we are developing in the state. So this is one area where solution development, whether it is in-house development or maybe a authorized partner to develop it. So that is the area. Solution development is one we want to focus on. And the third part is upskilling. Like we all know digital literacy, right? Like that AI literacy is also very important. Even not only the citizens, you think of government employees. So they themselves should know when they are dealing with the government data, what are the, what are the things they should do and something they should not do. So we are focusing on upskilling, starting from the policy makers, from decision makers, till the class 1, class 2 and class 3 officers. Till that level we have a training plan, we have a capsule defined for every employees. That is something we want to focus it on. Then after all these pillars, we felt like one more pillar is very important, because we are in Karnataka, Bangalore is in Karnataka, and Karnataka, we all know, Bangalore is the AI hotspot. Most of the AI talent is in a Silicon Valley of India, right, Karnataka. So we should open it up to the private place, right? So why can't we define the framework, and why should we, why not players can come in and collaborate with us and build something, like how India Stack is doing. So this is the area I would like to invite. So if any private players are doing an excellent work in the space of AI, you can collaborate with us, you can understand, you can discuss. We are there to take it forward, something for the benefit of the citizens. This is one area I would like to focus. So selection of startups, innovation and development, monitor, community ecosystem building, these are the area we would like to focus on this pillar as well. Then few use cases or few problem statement which we are trying to solve in the government of Karnataka, I would like to discuss. All these problem statements are different stages. Some are at the concept status, some are at the development, some are in testing phases. So there is one problem statement we'd like to discuss is about AI-based, muzzle print-based identification for the cattle. Like we all know Aadhaar, how powerful it is today, whether deduplication is possible. A lot of things are possible because of Aadhaar, right? Nobody can deny that. So same thing, we thought there should be a unique identity for cattle. You may think why it is so important, but I'll tell you, government is spending so much of money on the cattle. And there will be ear tag, if you observe cattle, there will be a lot of ear tags. One insurance company will tag one ear tag, another one will add it. And sometime, just to get benefits from the government, some farmer or somebody can cut that ear and tell that the cattle is dead, right? And we don't know these things are happening. So how can we address? So we have come up with there is no centralized database, right? Today, whatever they say and whatever there's some approval at the panchayat level or TP level, government will release the fund. So to eliminate this, we are working on a unique cattle identification model, and the development team, my project manager is also in this room. So we are using machine learning and deep learning techniques. Basically, it's a computer vision problem statement, right? So the muzzle area is unique, like how we have this thumb for biometric we use. For cattle, that muzzle area is unique across the world. No, two cattle will have the same pattern, that ridges and rods, what we have. So that we have identified, and we have done a very good work in the muzzle print area. We have not yet rolled out, but it's in the testing phase. Then coming to the second problem statement I would like to discuss, it's a AI-based information extraction tool, right? So how many of you know GEO? What is GEO? GEO is a very popular word in the government space. I'm sure you also know. GEO is nothing but a government order, right? So anything has to be done in the government, there should be a GEO, right? So, but is GEOs are completely available in the internet, or is it so easy to access? Let me tell you, every department has a portals, right? We have more than 500 portals in Karnataka government. So Karnataka web portal team handles that 500 portals. So every department, whenever they announce a scheme, there must be a GEO, government order, right? Even when, for example, as a government employee, to get my medical reimbursement, I need to have a GEO. For example, one hospital gets added to the government, then there must be a GEO. One hospital gets deleted from that network, there will be a GEO. So as an employee, forget about as a citizen, as an employee, it's so difficult for me to find out whether that GEO, where is that GEO, what the GEO is saying. So, and we have thousands of lakhs of GEOs in the state. I'm sure it is there in every other state also, including Government of India, right? So how can we simplify this? A lot of advancement has happened in GenAI, things like that, right? So we thought, why can't we try in these GEOs and come up with an interface? You ask questions, and that answer will come to you, the user, along with a citation to that particular GEO. So we have done a very good work in the extracting the information. It is not connecting to any other general internet. It's only to the particular, this model is trained with all GEOs available in the state government, and any questions is asked by the government employee, and we want to roll it out to the citizens as well in the next phase. So, and another solution I would like to talk about, in the previous session also it was mentioned about chatbot, right? Like chatbot is something, see, what I see, my doctorate is in AI, but what I see, government should see how AI can be leveraged to disseminate the information in an effective way, whether it's a web portal, or it's a mobile application, or it's a chatbot, or a call center. How can we do that? So that is the area we are trying to solve this particular problem. I mean, we all know chatbots are there. So we are, there is something called Janaspandana in Karnataka. If anybody is from Karnataka, if you have a citizen, you know, there is something called Janaspandana. It's a grievance portal or a grievance redressal mechanism. It's also called as IPGRS, Integrated Public Grievance Redressal System. So there is a number called 1902, I'm sure. If they can, either citizen can call that helpline number to raise a grievance, or you can also raise a grievance through a web or mobile application. But what happens? Government system works only from morning 9:30 to 6 o'clock, right? 10 to 6. So what if citizen has a grievance after 6 o'clock? Should he wait for the next working day? So we felt, and also after the implementation of guarantee schemes in the state, we identified when we analyze this grievance data, the call center calls what it is receiving, more than 60 to 65% of the calls are all mostly into information related calls, are mostly a status related call. What happened to my pension? What is the status of my Narega, this one? I have not received my pension. What is the eligibility to apply for a Gruha Lakshmi scheme? So this is something, a very static kind of information, right? Even the status is something through an API call, we can get it and give it, either through a voice bot or through a chat bot. So that is the problem statement we are working, and now we have solved the problem of identification of the grievance. So for example, in the grievance portal, when a citizen comes, he has to identify which is the secretariat, which is the line department, which is the sub-department. See how citizens can know. There are hundreds of departments, as I told you, more than 400 line departments, and there are more than 40 secretariats. So you may not know. For example, a problem with the road, right? And whether it should go to BBMP, or it should go to PWD, or it should go to RDPR. How can a citizen know? So we have solved a particular problem based on the type of grievance. It can automatically route it to the right department. So that is the problem statement we have solved, and we are working on an interface now, how citizen information, anything related to the government, citizen can access it 24/7. And the last problem statement I would like to discuss with you in the interest of time. See, one thing I would like to share it with you. We have a project called Crop Survey, right? So every season, a surveyor will go to the particular survey number, and he take the photograph of the crop which is grown in that particular land, and it will come to the system. So what happened when we started this particular project? So the surveyors, they did not go to the particular survey number. They used to take a photograph, sitting below the tree, and they used to take some photographs, and they say this is the crop that has grown. So then we realized that, system is getting misused. What should we do? Then we come up with a geofencing. So now any surveyor, he has to visit that site. Without going to that particular site, he cannot take the photograph. So geofencing is there. So he has to visit. So you can think of, there are about 240 lakh hectares, more than that land is available in Karnataka. So now every surveyor is going. There is no other way. Otherwise, application will not allow him to capture the photograph. But then, after analyzing, after discussing with the team, we got to know that even after going to the field, those surveyors, instead of taking the photograph of the crop which is grown, they are taking a photo of a photograph. Or sometimes, they are taking the banner, big banners, holding and taking the photograph of the crop. Because basically what happens, the type of benefits they get from the government is based on the type of crop which is grown. It is a very less, I can say that it is less than 1% of such fake photographs we have found. But please understand, even when the volume is more than 250 lakh hectares, even 1% is also big amount, right? We cannot neglect. So now we have worked on a detection of fake images, whether it's a real crop or a photo of a photograph, right? So these are the challenges, So we have identified that, and it's really doing well. So we are able to identify whether it's a real crop or whether it's a photo of a photo. So it's like Tom and Jerry, right? We do something and the others also do something. It's a continuous problem. We cannot completely stop it. But yeah, see, these are the databases. You can see some of the databases I have listed. In Karnataka, we have a lot of databases. So one is Bhumi I talked about, which is a very good database about the revenue property, right? And Fruits is the farmer unique registration number. farmer registration number. Trust me, it is one of the best project which is implemented in India. Now the model what we have done in Karnataka is replicated in the entire country, in every other state, which was recently announced in the union budget. Fruits, like every farmer is registered in the system. Any benefits he has to receive, so he should be a registry of this particular case, on a one-time registration, okay? And he can register in any of the agriculture department office or in taluka office. What are the advantages? See, deduplication is the biggest problem, right? So we have solved that particular using the fruit system. And I'll tell you, see, if there is a flood in Belgavi region or in the north region, so we know the money of the flood relief fund, whatever the farmer has to receive, it will go directly to his bank account. Farmer did not go to the DC office or Taluk Panchayat office or anywhere. The money he has received. Sometimes he will not even know how he has received the money. I'll tell you how. See, now we know where is the flood, right? Where the flood has happened. And we know the survey number of the flood. And we know who is the farmer, who is the owner of that survey number. And we know what is his Aadhaar number. And Aadhaar is the financial address, right? So why should he come to government and apply and run behind pillars to get his money? So it's one example I told. Another example I would like to mention it here in this stage is when the previous government was there was some scheme called CM Raita Vidya Nidhi, where all farmers' kids who is studying will get benefit from the government. So in that scheme, we did not ask the students to apply for that particular scheme because thanks to fruits database, we have more than 95 lakh farmers in the state who was registered in fruits. So, and we knew who are their kids. Thanks to Kutumba database, Kutumba tells who is the head of the family, what are their kids, what is their family income, what benefits they have taken, things like that, right? And then, thanks to SATs and NAT database, we know what he is studying and what is his academic qualification, what he has done in the previous semester, things like that. So we could proactively deliver this service without even asking an application from the citizens. So that is the kind of work what government is doing on an entitlement-based approach. SSP is state scholarship, Samati is our consent framework, BRS is the beneficiary registry, where more than every beneficiary data who receives the benefit through the DBT platform, direct beneficiary platform, that data will go and sit in the BRS platform. So we know now whether he has taken this beneficiary, whether he is also applying for other. So a lot of things, money can be saved. We are working on that to save. And I would like to quote one more example. I think I have time. Yeah, I would like to quote one more example. I don't want to mention the department or the district. In one district, one taluka, we just checked how many people are taking the pension and whether they are really alive. So when we checked it, we realized there are about more than 20,000 people who are dead, but they are taking the benefits of the government. So then immediately, thanks to eJanma database, where it is connected, every day at midnight, our system will, through a scheduler, it fetches. We know who is born, who is dead. At least that information will become, and that information will be circulated to all other databases now. And through that, we can actually eliminate the leakage of the government money. So, yeah. And Kutumba, UUCMS is one of the education database on the higher education. Kodi is the open data, and we also have a data lake and property tax. Avalokana is a financial progress database. All KGIS is our GIS database of Karnataka. Very good database you should see. Then Kaveri, property registration is something, the work is going on, a lot of advancement, AI adoption is going on in Kaveri. eJanma, I already talked about it. Yep. Yeah, then what are the challenges? I don't want to only picturize the goody things, right? What are the challenges we have to actually adopt AI? See, interoperability is a big challenge in the government. Something developed in one department, may not talk to each other, the other database, right? That's the big challenge, what we are saying, interoperability. So, work has started, now we have a standard framework, how database has to be, what are the things they have to use, things like that. And the data quality is one more challenge, what we see in the government. So, name is one challenge, right? So, for example, in National Academic Depository, Karnataka is one of the leading state. We have more than 7 crore academic certificates, digital certificates in the state. starting from SSLC till PhD postdoc. So any certificate, any degree, 10th, 12th, diploma, all diplomas, engineering, medicine, everything, all certificates will be available through DigiLocker now in Karnataka for the citizens, right? But the major problem what we see is the name mismatch, right? The previous course person also mentioned it. So, for example, one girl who's studying in the North Karnataka, probably if she is married while doing graduation, her name in education database plays something, but Aadhaar says something else, right? So now we are trying to solve these kind of problems by seeding Aadhaar in the educational database also. So these are the challenges, what we see, different data types, lacks of digitized data, lack of mandatory. But thanks to the senior officers in Karnataka, at least 10, 15 years back, they started working on digitizing data in Karnataka. Because of that, we are able to build a lot of applications on top of it. Yeah, what is our steps taken by Karnataka? We have a Kutumba Act coming up very soon in Karnataka. So as I told you, Kutumba is one of the biggest database what we have. Act is going to come on that, how it has to be, how the personal data has to be used with a consent. Then alignment of our data with the DPDP Act. We have taken it very seriously, the DPDP Act, and we are working in line with that. And we are going to ensure that any AI we use in Karnataka, responsible AI is what we are going to achieve. And we see to that a policy, a framework, we are going to come up with the guidelines, AI policy, and collaboration with startup. That is something I would like to stress here, because a lot of innovative people are here. Then upskilling is something we definitely would like to work. Yeah, that's all from my side. Any questions?